Hey everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys ways that you can give gifts on a budget, and it's gifts that people will actually love. So if you guys are interested in seeing what these gifts are, then keep on watching. So this past Christmas, my husband and I were on a very tight budget for Christmas shopping for gifts. And we came up with an idea that worked out really well. And at first I was a little unsure whether or not we could make this happen, but we made it happen and they came out so nice. So what we decided to do for this Christmas, or this past Christmas, was we were going to purchase a gift and make our own gift. And so that was one of the things that really opened our eyes to the possibilities of us being able to give gifts on a budget. And I'm so excited to share this with you guys. There are so many ideas out there on Pinterest and on YouTube, and I found this one video on how to make your own Instagram pillowcase. So this one was probably one of my favorites that we did, but I will definitely be doing this myself for our house somewhere. And what we did was we found photos on my brother-in-law's Instagram and different pictures that we had online, and I printed it on a laser printer. That's very important. It has to be printed on a laser printer. And we used Mod Podge. And it's a photo transfer Mod Podge that I found at Hobby Lobby, or I think it was at Hobby Lobby that we found this. I'm not quite sure actually, but I know that they're available at any craft store. And we went ahead and we bought that. We bought the pillowcase, and then I went ahead and printed out the photos, and we applied the Mod Podge directly on the image. And this is kind of an overview of what the whole process turned out to be. Okay, so I followed a tutorial on YouTube on how to make your own Instagram personalized pillowcase. And all that you need is your fabric, so your pillow cover, some pictures, water, Mod Podge photo transfer medium, and a sponge. So this is what I have. I've already laid everything down here. And in case you're wanting to know what size this is a 12 by 12 pillow cover. And these pictures are, I believe I sized them to 4 by 4. So I just kind of centered it and I placed it like so. And it says that you're just supposed to, after letting it dry for 24 hours, which I did, all you have to do is wet a sponge and go ahead and dampen all the photos and then rub in to remove like the paper. So we are gonna see if this is working. I'm gonna film this to make sure, does this actually work? Because I'm on a budget and I hope it does, but we will see. I'll show you guys in just a bit. I just dampened all of the tops of these pictures like it said. It says to wait about 2 minutes before I continue on using the sponge and like rubbing off the paper. So I'm gonna wait 2 minutes and then I will show you guys where I am at once I get to that point. Just took off a few layers of the paper here, and this is how they look. I have to let it dry a little bit longer just to make sure if there's no other like coating, but if you see here, like when you rub it, there's still some paper. So I'm just gonna let this dry for a little bit, but this is gonna be for a Christmas present. I wanted to personalize it and I figured this would be such a good way. Through my brother and sister-in-law, obviously I am putting this up after Christmas because they would have already gotten their gift, but this is a great idea. I'm gonna give you guys like what I wish I would have known a little bit more and prepped but I have to peel some of this paper off the edges here still, but this is how it looks and I am really loving it. I love this idea. So far, it's turning out to be pretty good. I'll show you the final, like once everything is dried and how it turned out, but I am loving this whole customized, personalized pillow cover. So it came out beautiful and my brother and sister-in-law absolutely loved this gift. They cried actually, and it just made my heart like so happy. And the fact that it was our idea to do this handmade gift, and it really meant so much more than anything that we could have ever bought. Now, the next gift idea that you can do yourself is super affordable. What we did is we went to Home Depot and we got the small tiles, and you can get them in any color. We just got them in white. And again, we found some photos online that was of the family, printed out on laser printer again, and we used the Photo Mod Podge photo transfer. This one was a little bit more difficult, I will say, because the tile was so smooth that my image kept the paper kept moving when I had the Mod Podge on. So that's really the only thing that I would say that was super challenging for this DIY project. But all in all, I think it came out really well. So this is the whole process of what it took to make these gifts. This is my second project, DIY project for gift giving. What I am using is these tiles, and these are 4x4 tiles that you can find at Home Depot or Lowe's. I had images that were size 3.5 by 3.5 because I did want a little bit of the edge around the coasters. So this was the first one that I did, so there are some air bubbles. I was trying to get some of them out, but I didn't do it in time, so I may have to redo one of them. The rest I was able to do much better, but first time is always challenging. It kept sliding on the tile, but I went ahead and I figured it out and I was able to do the rest. So these are going to be for gifts. I'll see how they come up. I have to wait for this to dry in 24 hours, and then I'll be able to scrub off the paper to reveal the image. So we will see how this turns out. We'll see how this one comes out. It may come out a little bit on those spots with the air bubbles. The image may not have transferred, but we'll see how it looks, because this is a fairly old picture, so it was kind of faded anyways. But I will show you once 24 hours passes what the final result looks like.
24 hours later.
Now, like I did before, I am just on that fabric on the pillowcase. I put water on a sponge and I just rubbed it until it revealed some of the photo. And now I'm just gonna let these sit for a couple of minutes before I rub some more. But this is what I am doing. So just rubbing it in circular motions and not pressing too hard, but it just reveals the image. These are gonna be coasters, so we just have to put once I finish this, we'll just have to put I think it's a poly over so that it won't damage the photo. But we have these here that I'll put on the bottom of the tile so that they'll be coasters. I'll show you guys the finished product. This is the finished product of my coasters, my photo coasters, and I made 2 sets. One for my parents and then one for my in-laws. And as you can see, it does have some, the paper did lift, but I think it came out really nicely. And honestly, we like that kind of rustic look. So the fact that some of this is kind of a little bit rough and not super smooth, we are perfectly fine with this. So, sorry, the glare, you could barely see it, but we put some of that poly on it. And so this is how they look. You see, it's just, you see it like that when it's straight on, but then tilting it with the glare, you can see that that's how that looks. And then this is how these came out. Some of them did come out better than others. I had some of the paper lift off, but I think that they came out really nicely, and
It was hard because the photo, when I was putting the Mod Podge with the photo face down, the picture like kept slipping when I was like pressing it onto the tile. So that's the only thing really that I can say. But overall, I think that these make really nice gifts for any time of the year. But these are how mine came out, and I'm sure that other people's came out better, but this was the first time me doing this, and I know that the more that you do it, the easier it will be for future.
And so those are the gifts that we made for Christmas. Now these are perfect for any type of gifts, birthdays, anniversaries, any celebration, and especially for Christmas. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you found it helpful, or if you have any ideas on how you can give gifts on a budget, then make sure to leave it in the comment section down below so that we can all partake in your suggestions and hopefully try it out ourselves for future gift ideas. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I will see you guys in a brand new video. Bye guys.